The NFL is now a national obsession, but it wasn't always that way. It took decades of growth and survival through tough times like segregation, integration, rule changes, and competing pro leagues. But one visionary leader turned professional football into the multi-billion-dollar powerhouse it is today. Here's how it all happened. The National Football League, or NFL, was formed in Ohio in 1920 by representatives of 4 independent football teams at a time when college football reigned supreme over professional football. You didn't have millions of people tuning in to see if Travis Kelce was going to hug Taylor Swift after the game. No, football was totally different during this time. Following the end of World War II, the NFL appointed its second commissioner, Burt Bell, replacing the organization's first commissioner, Elmer Layden. Once Bell became commissioner in 1946, he immediately started shaping the league's future. He orchestrated a partial merger with the NFL's main competition and introduced the first TV blackout policies to boost ticket sales, ensuring local games were well attended. Bell also established strict anti-gambling rules that upheld the integrity of the league during a time when betting scandals threatened the sport. Under Bell's leadership, the NFL grew in popularity and stability. However, his sudden death at an Eagles game in 1959 left the league at a critical crossroads, especially with the rise of television and a new rival league, the American Football League, or AFL. The NFL needed a strong leader to navigate these changes. After 7 days and 23 ballots, the owner selected 33-year-old Rams GM Pete Rozelle as a compromise pick in January 1960. Roselle's deep understanding of media gained from his time in the Rams PR office set him apart from his senior counterparts and positioned him perfectly to lead the NFL into a new era. You see, Pete Rozelle wasn't just any executive. He understood that the key to the NFL's success was competitive balance among teams. Early in his tenure, he persuaded the owners to adopt profit sharing of gate and television revenues. This move was revolutionary as it helped smaller market teams compete and fueled the league's growth. With profit sharing in place, Rosell signed massive TV contracts with CBS, ensuring that every regular season game was broadcast nationwide. He masterfully pitted networks against each other to secure historic deals, bringing football into American homes every Sunday and turning the NFL into a must-watch event. But Rosell didn't stop there. In 1970, even though the NFL owned Sunday Night Football, Rosell introduced Monday Night Football, which brought the NFL to prime-time television and created a cultural phenomenon. Sundays and Mondays became football's domain, solidifying the NFL's place in American life. One of Roselle's smartest moves was his decision to pay double the usual rate to film the 1962 NFL Championship game. He hired Ed Sabol, who revolutionized sports cinematography by using 8 cameras, slow motion shots, and color film, a novelty at the time. Sabol's work led to the creation of NFL Films, which transformed how fans experienced the game and set a new standard for sports broadcasting. Roselle's influence didn't stop at media deals and game films. He also led the NFL through a fierce battle with its rival, the American Football League, in the 1960s. By 1966, the NFL and AFL announced a merger, leading to the creation of the Super Bowl, a championship game that has since become a cultural phenomenon and a ratings powerhouse. Today, the Super Bowl accounts for 19 of the top 20 most watched TV broadcasts of all time in the US, cementing Roselle's legacy and impact on American football as we know it. When Rosell took office, the NFL had 12 teams, primarily on the East Coast and in the Midwest, with the average attendance around 47,000 per game. By the time he retired in 1989, the league had expanded to 28 teams, including franchises on the West Coast, and had secured its place as America's favorite sport. Today, the NFL has 32 teams, 1,700 active players, roughly 69,000 attendees per game, and generates $20 billion in annual revenue. However, the league faces significant challenges, particularly with player safety and concerns over chronic traumatic encephalopathy linked to head injuries. The NFL has responded by modifying rules to reduce the risk of brain injuries and improving helmet technology. Despite these efforts, youth participation in high school football dropped by 12% during the 2010s, partly due to these safety concerns. Despite these challenges, the NFL is poised to remain America's leading sport and leave its impact on culture for years to come. If you learned something new in this video, consider giving us a thumbs up, and if you want to continue down your path for knowledge, subscribe to our channel.